welcome to this week's Help Desk with Joe. And with me, as always, Joe.
We're back.
We're back. And as usual, you have something interesting for us. Today's show focusing on an interesting topic of helping people protect themselves when they buy technology-related stuff.
Right.
So talk a little bit about that and get us started as far as what we're looking at today.
Okay. Today's show, we're going to play a little game of Spot the Fake.
Okay.
And in this version of Spot the Fake is Spot the Fake phone case. So
okay.
We'll show everybody here, all the viewers. We have two phone cases. This week we're going to focus on the Otterbox brand of phone cases. So if you can spot the fake, Dave, I'm going to ask you the same question, spot the fake.
Okay. So as we do this, let's turn it this way, and I will point if you want to hold them there.
Okay.
So this is kind of like the Sunday cartoons, find 5 differences.
Right.
And they are so similar, it's hard.
Right.
And really, the only reason that this was successful for me spotting the fake is because you had a comparison.
Right.
If you hadn't have brought the real one, I'd have had a lot more trouble.
Right.
So the first thing I noticed is the Otterbox has an otter in their label, and then I noticed that the fake has the same color, same shape label, just has different words.
Right.
And again, if I hadn't have seen the original, I wouldn't have noticed.
Right.
And it has the same thing down here in green. You can see this one says Defender Series, Rugged Protection. This one just says Phone Case.
Right.
So again, small, minute differences. Very, very tricky.
Exactly.
If I had to look at it on the shelf and the original wasn't beside it, I wouldn't have noticed.
Right.
So everything else is spot on.
Right. And it's amazing how similar the similarities are.
Yes.
Because I tore them all apart and I sit there and examine both cases, and same size, same shape. They even weigh the same. I went as far as weighed them. Yes. Nice.
And then you notice you set them down the bottom. The original has print on the bottom. The fake does not.
Right.
The back. Now this is the crazy part. The back is exactly the same as well.
Yeah, same verbiage and everything.
Yep. And then they do the same on the side. So
well, the side
changes, but it has writing where there's writing on the
right.
So you never know.
Yeah, the actual Otterbox on the sides, it says Defender Case on one side.
This one says Phone Case.
Yeah, well, it says Phone Case on both sides.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I'd have never noticed if I hadn't been looking at the original. So very tricky.
Yes.
Yep. So they're getting savvy on packaging,
right?
So that people won't notice. All right. So talking about it from there, again, you've found yourself a fake one, and of course you have a real one as well.
Right.
Where do we go from here?
Okay. Well, the first thing is price. I picked this one up for $20.
Okay.
Otterbox cases retail between $40 and $60, depending on the case and the color and all that. So if you see a real steep discount, that's the first red flag.
Okay. So yeah, if it's too good to be true,
it probably is.
Yeah. Especially when it's out, and you're talking about the new iPhone, right?
Right.
So with that, you got to know that something that hot of an item that people want, it's not going to be on sale like that.
Right.
Unless there's something.
Right. I mean, the cases we're looking at today are for the iPhone 5C, but still, I mean, if they make it for the 5C, I can guarantee they'll make it for the 5S, the 6, and the new 6S. So.
Yep.
And any other manufacturer's phone.
Yep. Okay. Go ahead and break it down for us and show us what you're looking at.
Okay. So
and you're going to give a comparison. This is a comparison between the real deal and the fake deal, and you're going to go through it, and that's what people should be looking for, these aspects.
Right. And as we discussed before, if you open up the inside of the case, you cannot tell the difference between the two.
Yep. Now
here's where the old saying, check for the details.
Yep. It's all in the details.
Yep. It's all in the details.
Keep the packaging separate, and again, same packaging.
And here's another one. As soon as you open up the box, you get this nice little instruction manual from Otterbox. Has the Otterbox logo. Nothing in the fake case.
Yep.
So the first thing I looked at was the belt clips.
Yep.
See, the front of the belt clips are the same. The detail is in the back.
Ah.
The back of the Otterbox case, right down the middle of the belt clip, has the Otterbox stamp on it. The fake has nothing.
Now, do they operate? Is there any changes in the manufacturing? Any differences?
Because here's the actual Otterbox case in the fake belt clip.
So it's exactly the same except for the printing. Okay.
Right, and goes the same way with the fake case with the real belt.
Right. So it is the same size, same functionality.
Yeah, they're interchangeable.
Yep. Okay. All right. On to the next thing, and then you talk about the similarities in the cases. Exactly the same. What about the actual, the belt clips? What about the actual phone cases?
Okay, the actual phone case itself now. Here's one minor detail that if you're not looking for it, you won't notice. On the actual Otterbox case, the rubber backing piece you can tell that there's high quality measures as far as manufacturing and building of them.
I'd love to help you, but I can't get it.
Okay, so on the actual Otterbox brand case, if you look inside, I looked on the inside. On the inside, there's little notches inside. All the holes match up. All the alignments line up. Childproof on you?
Yeah, it is. So everything on this one is
That's
correct as far as the technical seating aspects.
Right. Yeah, that's the actual Otterbox branded case.
This one has stamped "Made in the USA." Now we didn't look at these before. I didn't look at these before the show to spot any particular differences, so that I could have a unbiased opinion when I looked at them. But
Right.
that's I do notice this one's made in the USA,
And this one's made in China.
and this one's made in China. So there is a slight difference there. Again, with the printing on the inside, the knockoff is China. This one is USA. So, and then it's got the printing on the back as well.
Yeah, on the back, it's
Okay.
the actual has the Otterbox stamp.
Right.
The fake has. Now look at the circles, look at the cutouts, and see if you notice any difference between the real and the fake.
So far, I'll say no.
Now this is a one minor detail that unless you're really looking for it, you won't see it. And it's nothing to do with the size or anything.
Size or anything like that? Yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm not familiar enough. They look to be pretty daggone close if they're not. So
Now,
I'll let you tell me.
Once I point it out, it'll
It'll stand
stick
out.
out like a sore thumb. Look how all this is cut. The holes are cut. You know, it's all smooth on the.
You're right.
brand.
Yeah. This one's clean.
Yeah, and look at all
This one's not so clean. It's got a lot of rough edges. And
on all the cutouts on the
Yep.
case.
Yep, you're exactly right. Once you point it out, I see it.
Yeah.
This one's really rough. It's probably not easy enough for the camera to see, but the cutting is not clean. Yeah, not clean at all. Okay. So big difference there in quality as far as manufacturing the actual
Right.
piece. Okay. What else you got?
Now the plastic on the inside here as well. You know, this all looks the same, feels the same. Now here's where it really gets tricky. On the inside of the Otterbox case, it has behind it where you lay the back of your phone, there's a little rubber piece on the back, and at the bottom of it, it has the Otterbox stamp. And in the middle, as you can see where you see you got your hole, then a little piece of black and a little piece of gray. In the gray, it actually has the stamp, the Otterbox stamp, and tells you where it's assembled at. Show them the fake.
This one has nothing,
So you think.
unless it's underneath.
It's underneath.
Ah.
So what they try to do is they try to put that black piece over there so that nobody looks at it and thinks any differently.
Yep.
And then if you try to sell them, you pull that black rubber piece off and say, oh no, it's an Otterbox. See, it's stamped, and it has the numbers are different, but it has the exact same Otterbox stamp, Otterbox.com.
Really?
Yeah, and it says
Okay.
made in China.
Yep. And then
And this one,
made in the USA. Okay. So it looks the same. They're just hiding it, so you can't see it.
right. And if you try to sell that as an Otterbox, a lot of people will go ahead and open the case, rip that black piece off, and say, oh no, it's an Otterbox. See, it's stamped right here.
Yep. Okay, so some sales tactics in place.
Right.
Okay. And then the stamping on the back is similar, but different.
Right.
It's on the bottom. So what else you got? So we're talking about similarities. Weight's the same, feels the same, looks the same. A little bit of a craftsmanship difference.
Right.
What else? Let's talk about, that's the differences, but
Right. That pretty much covers it.
that's it. So if someone's out looking and they say, okay, this seems like a good deal, where do you suggest they start?
Okay.
Now, and I'm assuming they'd be like me. I wouldn't be familiar enough with the original to know. What
Right.
should they look for?
Okay. First things first, look at the price.
Okay.
If the price is around the $40 to $60 range, more than likely it's a case, but it's the real thing. But who's to say I wouldn't put a $60 sticker on the thing
Right.
and increase my profit margin? Second thing, look at the packaging. Look if it has the Otterbox logo. If it says Otterbox or has a picture of the otter, more than likely it's the real thing.
Okay. Yeah.
And then look on here on the packaging if it says what kind of series of case it is. You know, Otterbox is famous for their Defender series, their Commuter series. So look for the actual series of the device, not phone case.
After you say that, phone case, it's pretty generic.
Right.
After you say that, I understand, and that's a good tip. If it doesn't, it says something generic on it, then most likely it is.
Right.
Okay.
And then just look for the device inside the case. Look for the Otterbox stamps.
Right.
I mean, they're not too bashful to put their name on the device. You know, it's
Right.
in. They go as far as stamping on inside the rubber, inside the part of the case that you will never see because that's where your phone sits.
Right. And the
And
belt clip same way. Yep. They want their product known. So
right.
if it doesn't have it on there, it's most likely not. Okay. So pretty clever marketing, pretty clever packaging.
Right.
Trying to get you to buy the cheap stuff and not have the same quality.
Right. And when I'll tell you, when I ran across that one, I just stumbled upon it because I just glanced around looking in it, and I did a double take, and I thought something about that's his phone case. It doesn't say Otterbox.
Right, right.
And because I was just glancing around, just looking around, and phone case is what caught my eye.
Yep. And that's neat. You know, you being in the technology field, and this is your expertise, you would spot that. It'll be harder for the average person that isn't around this all the time.
Right.
That's great that you're pointing that out. If someone had some questions for you, and they said, okay, you know, Joe, I'm looking for this. How do I keep myself from buying one of the fake ones? How can they reach you?
You can give us a call at our office at 304-927-3588. Check out our website at amdigitaltechnologies.com. Be like Dave and like us on Facebook.
I like the Facebook deal. As usual, you have those daily deals they come across. We both know we wish I had more money.
Exactly.
I don't. So we have to do with what we got. But, yep. And as usual, you know, thanks again. You and Cena are looking out and protecting us, consumers, from the frauds and the fakes, and helping make sure we get the quality that we want for our important devices and so forth.
Well, you might be able to get your device at a discount, but even if you pay the full retail, you're looking at $500-$600. Why spend that kind of money and take a chance on an inferior case?
Right. Lower quality is just not going to do the job you want done.
I always call these insurance policies.
Yeah.
Because hopefully you never have to cash in on it, but hopefully it just takes one drop to protect you from having to sell out another $600.
So that's the deal. As usual, A&M Digital Technologies here with Joe and Cena, helping protect you from scams that deals with your technological toys, work devices, gadgets, and so forth. So thanks again for another great show. We'll be back next week. And as always, this show is produced and hosted by A&M Digital Technologies. There for all your technology needs. Support local, support Roane County, support A&M Digital Technologies. We'll be back next week with a new show and hopefully some more fun. Maybe something that involves some water and getting Cena's phone wet.
Cena's phone wet, I don't know, but water might be a possibility.
All right, that sounds great. We'll see everybody next week.